Alright, hello, welcome back. Um, yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about the whole James Gunn situation and why it was pretty much a good move for Disney to fire him. Um, there are rumors, however, that he's going to be hired back, and that would also be a bad move. But let me just kind of start at the beginning for those of you not familiar with what's going on there. James Gunn is director of Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's raised some questions about it. Well, apparently about 10 years ago, he posted several tweets that were highly inappropriate. They basically stated that he was sexually attracted to children, so it's that sort of thing. I haven't seen all of them. There were 20, about a half dozen or so that I have seen that have been posted in various places. Um, in that regard, I can't really. Beyond that, I don't know if he posted anything inappropriate, but he did delete 10,000 of his tweets from certain periods. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much the extent of our knowledge. I'm not going to pass guilt or I'm not going to say he's guilty. I'm not going to say he's innocent because that's pretty much all we know. Um, his actions can be described as suspicious, however. Um, I've known some people with an inappropriate sense of humor who have made jokes about pedophilia, but their jokes they'd make like one joke that they thought was funny, and never would talk about it again. About 2 dozen jokes that raises some questions. It doesn't necessarily prove guilt, but raises some questions. Deleting a third of all the tweets you posted also raises some questions. So yeah, that's where we are with him. New information may come out or may already have, and I've just missed it, and we can find out more about what's going on there. But for the moment, we'll just leave it at that, whether he's guilty or not. So why do I say it was a good thing that Disney fired him? I'm going to approach this not from any sort of moral stance or anything like that, but from purely a business sense. Guardians of the Galaxy can be described as a property of Disney. I mean, they got it from Marvel Comics, but the movies are a property of Disney. They're making money off them. They put money into it. Money comes back, that sort of thing. And anything that can screw up the money that's coming in is bad for business. That's just basic business right there. So James Gunn has actually made a lot of money for them with the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But that's with all this stuff floating around about him, all these rumors and whatnot, that's going to change if he directs the third movie. So there are going to be a lot of different fallout. I'm just going to describe two of them, two reactions from fans. One group of fans will point blank boycott the film. They'll just say, he said some terrible things about children. We're not going to be involved with it. We're not going to do anything with it. We're just going to throw it out. Now, the second group is going to be a little more interesting. They'll technically boycott it, but they won't announce it. They'll simply not go see the movie because they will feel uncomfortable with it, with what he said, with it, and they will wonder. And especially if any children appear in the movie, that will raise any more questions. I would probably be in the second group. I'll be honest about that. Just going back looking at the first movie, after hearing about James Gunn making those questions, there's a sequence in the first movie right at the beginning. It's a cameo by James Gunn's dog, has a cameo in it. You may or may not know it, but it's at the beginning when Star-Lord's scanning the deserted planet and he's seeing these images of people who used to live there. There was a little girl and a dog. The dog was James Gunn's. And it was kind of a little cameo thing, but then the fact that there was a little girl there, my first instinct, I kind of tense up inside, and my first instinct is to wonder, is she, was she safe? Did something happen? To wonder about that. And I'm sure I have no reason for concern, but it still happens and it's still there. So if he makes a third Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I would not want to see it. It would just make me feel icky to go and see it if he directed it. And I probably won't go and see it. I could see myself seeing it and pushing myself to see it, but I would just feel uncomfortable doing that, even if I did do that. So, and that's going to count for a lot of people with this movie. So there are going to be a lot of people who just simply won't go see the movie if James Gunn directs it. But then, you know, James Gunn has pretty much put Disney in a very, very bad situation, you know, by something he did 10 years ago. And because something similar is going to happen if somebody else directs Guardians of the Galaxy. You're going to have fans of James Gunn, fans of the original series, no matter how well made the third movie is, no matter how good a director you get, people are going to say, one, James Gunn could have done it better, and two, you know, I'm going to boycott this movie because you fired James Gunn. So essentially, Disney is left with a property, if they choose to even make the movie, they're left with a property that's going to make less money than the previous properties have made. Now, I just want to make this clear. I'm not saying that that the movie will bomb, that it will do really badly. No, I'm sure it will make the money that's put into it back and quite a bit more. But it won't be as big of a success as the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Now, I'll make this clear too. That's just my opinion. It's the most likely outcome of events. The way I see it, I can only see one event where it would make more money, and that's if they bring in an absolutely brilliant director, someone who could make the movie and actually make it better than James Gunn. It can't be someone who would make the movie as well as James Gunn did. They have to make it better. And then, you know, it would start out have a slow box office, but then word of mouth would spread and say, wait, this is really, really good. And then, you know, over time, it could make back the money. The only director I can think of who might be able to pull that off would be Sam Raimi. There's a lot of other directors who could do a really good job with it, but Sam Raimi, I think, could make it even better. Okay, I can think of a few other directors who probably could make it even better than Sam Raimi, but none of them are still alive. Like Kurosawa or Alfred Hitchcock. Or, yeah, I'm going to throw out Orson Welles. I think he could have done a good job with it. But all three of them are incredibly good directors, so that's why I throw them out, but none of them are still alive. Anyway, that's kind of the logic behind the whole James Gunn thing, why, you know, James Gunn put Disney in a really bad situation. And it's rare I feel sorry for Disney, let's be fair. They're making money hand over foot. I do feel occasionally sorry for Walt Disney if he were alive to see what some of the decisions Disney has made, but that's a completely different discussion. Anyway, that's a quick look at it. Like and subscribe if you like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.